saw something moving on the stairway. Anyway, hello, darlings, and welcome to my channel. It is Sunday, and yes, it is laundry day. Hold on a second. Oh! Okay, Mr. Spider, there's a spider here. You are not welcome here. Oh my gosh, he's like practically invisible, and I really, really hate spiders. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he's a daddy long legs. Where has he gone to? He's like blending into. Ah! Oh! Sorry, Bobby. Sorry guys, I probably should have got that on camera, but he was like blending into my staircase here, and I did not want to lose him. I have the biggest fear of spiders. I hate them. They are so gross. Thank you. Did you come to save me? You're a little bit late, you know. You're just a little bit late. Okay, well, at least I got rid of that thing. Now, where was I? Okay, so everything is calm. Oh my gosh. I would have taken the camera off the tripod, but I set up this shot and I didn't want to move the camera. Anyway, that's a long story short. It has gone to flush heaven, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, with the rest of the spiders. I have the biggest fear of spiders. I hate them. Spiders and cockroaches just completely freak me out. Anyway, I'm okay now. We're calm. Thaddeus came to the rescue, but he was definitely late. Today is laundry day. So I want to get that done. But actually, the reason why I want to talk with you today is, well, obviously I want to share a bit of my simple life with you, obviously. And I want to tell you about a shopping experience I had a couple of weeks ago. I went to one of my favorite malls here, the Westbury Mall, and I discovered that there was a store there that I didn't realize had arrived. And I think it's only been there for the last 3 months, and I was super excited because every time I go online to buy product from this particular store, they're always out of my sizes, so I was thrilled to see this store. But I want to tell you about an experience I had whilst I was there. Let's talk about my outfit today. So I'm wearing a cute little, it's kind of like a dress hoodie, I call this. It's like my little pink cotton hoodie. It's very light, very comfortable, a little one on the back, super cute, fitted long, pockets in the front. I love it. It's perfect for those lazy Sundays like today where I'm just doing chores at home. It was purchased from Shein, and it was, I think, like $25. I have my fluffy slippers on today. As you know, I have kind of a crazy obsession with slippers. I have every color for every room in my house. I have a black and white pair that I normally wear down here because everything's in black and white and grays down here. For my bedroom, I have 2 different styles of cream. One super big and fluffy, and then more a little bit tamed like this one. And then I have a pink office, so this is for my pink office. But I decided that I'd wear this with my little pink hoodie today because they match perfectly, and I did not want to disappoint you. So yeah, I kind of have a crazy obsession for slippers. My black and white ones are kind of falling apart. So I'm actually going to be purchasing a new pair this week, and I will share them with you when I get them, well, as soon as I get them. So let me start this laundry. Honestly, I have to say this, I feel super blessed having my twinsies, that's what I call them, my twinsies here, because there was a time when I had to go to the laundromat, and honestly, it was a nightmare carrying all this stuff there. It was awful. So I feel really blessed to have this, and I feel really lucky. I designed this little laundry closet myself, and I'm super proud of it, but it's getting noisy. So while that's doing what it needs to do, let me take you over to the living room, and or should I say to the dining room, and we'll discuss what happened. I'm in the mall, and as I come around the corner, I see this huge billboard. This one. And I am absolutely thrilled. Hello, darling. What is it? You want to say hello? Well, there's a camera. Look at the camera. Okay, he's going to look at the camera, literally. Anyway, I see this fabulous billboard, and I'm like super excited because every time I want to order from this website, they're always out of my clothes. always out of the things that I want, always out of my sizes. Skims. I love Skims. I mean, I think the whole idea of it, the colors, the product, beautiful, perfect, so feminine and pretty. I just love it. And I was so excited that this store was now in my local mall and I was able to go there and shop. So I walk in and I'm thinking, this is great, because I have no idea when it comes to undergarments what my actual size is. So I thought I could go in, get measured and get exactly what it was I needed. So I approached a young lady at the counter who was sorting through some drawers behind the counter, just sorting things out. So I waited for a minute and then I waited a little bit more. Then I waited a little bit more and she looked up several times and saw me and continued to sort through the drawer. So I thought, okay, maybe she's too busy. So I wandered off. And then she stood up as I was wandering away and she says, can I help you? And so I turned back and I'm like, actually, yes. I said, would it be possible to be measured so that I could purchase a new bra? And she said, sure, give me a second. So I said, okay. So again, I waited and I waited and she went back to her drawer. And then a fellow worker came over and she started talking to the fellow worker. And I thought, okay, maybe she's asking her. She didn't. That fellow worker wandered off. So I thought, let me go and find somebody myself. So I then wandered off to the changing room where there was a very nice young lady. I went and asked her the same thing. Do you think you could measure me? I'd like to purchase this particular bra. I'd found a bra that I liked. And I thought, let me see if I can purchase that. I wasn't sure what my size is. So she measured me up, said, this is your size. And she went and brought one over. And I said there was another particular item that I wanted to try on too. So she got that in my size too. And she said, try them on, and then if you like them, we'll get them in the exact color that you want, because unfortunately the color that I wanted wasn't actually on the floor. So I tried them on, one fit perfectly, the other one didn't, and then she gave me another size. Anyway, so I had basically found what I needed, but I needed it in the correct color. So I went back to the counter where I met the original young lady who was sorting through all the garments in the drawers. And I said to her, excuse me, and she looks up and I said, this is what I'd like to have, but I would like it in the chocolate brown. And she's like, okay. So she goes to the bottom of the drawer and she pulls out this bra. And it was obvious that this bra had all dried, I'm presuming it was all dried deodorant. Not only was it on the underarms of the bra, it was also smudged all over the cups of the bra. And it was clear that this should not have even been put back into the drawer. It was honestly disgusting. I know sometimes when women try things on, there's a little bit of deodorant, okay, but even that's like, come on. But this was bad. This was flaky, chalky. It was honestly gross. I wish I had taken a picture of it. I probably should have done, but at the time I'm standing in front of this lady and I was kind of a little taken back that she even offered it to me to purchase. And so I said to her, do you happen to have another one? And she said, well, that's the last one. And she goes, but you know what? Let me go to the back and see if we have any in there. And she took the bar out of my hands. And I said, no, let's just leave this one here and you can go to the back and I'll just wait here. She goes, no, I'll take that one off the floor. And she goes, I'll store it in the back because it shouldn't be on the floor. And I'll clean the one that I'm going to get for you. And I said, well, if the one that you're going to get for me is new, it really wouldn't need to be cleaned, right? And she said, well, I'll just clean it just in case. And she wanders off. And I thought, okay, I think I'm about to have the wool pulled over my eyes here, or at least she's going to attempt to pull the wool over my eyes here. I'm like, I'm not having it. Anyway, she comes back with a chocolate colored bra that has now the white marks on it were no longer crusty. They were now kind of smeary and damp. And she goes, here you go. She goes, this is the last one that we had, and it was a new one from the back. And I said, this is the new one? And she said, yes. I said, so where's the original one that you originally gave me? She goes, oh, I just left it in the back because it shouldn't be on the floor. I said, do you mind getting it? And she goes, no, I don't have time to go to the back right now. So this is a new one and you could purchase this one. And I looked and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. I wanted to say to her, do you think I'm stupid? But I honestly, even though she had been rude to me, I did not want to be rude to her. I said to her, you know something? I'm going to purchase the original color that I had. You can keep this one. I'll just take the lighter one. And so I ended up getting one in a more nudie color, like a sandy nude color, and then another one in the chocolate brown. I then go to the register and there's a beautiful young lady standing there. And she said, did you get everything you needed? I said to her, yes. I thought, no point going into detail. So I said I did. And she takes my things and she says cash or credit. And I tell her I'm going to put my credit card. And so she just takes everything and puts it in the bag. And in the meantime, I'm listening to this gentleman next door checking out this young woman. And it caught my eye because he was just super polite, really nice, and explained to her that, you know, we normally have Skims bags, but today we don't. And I guess that's what caught my eye, because I thought, oh, I'd love to get one of those Skims paper bags. I love shopping bags. And he said, well, we don't have them today. So I'm going to put your things into this bag. And he takes the lady's merchandise and he wraps it in this black paper tissue and puts it inside this bag. Whereas my lady takes my things, literally tossed my things into the bag like this, you know, and she goes, do you want your receipt? And I said, no, just put it in the bag. She just kind of tossed it in and just handed it to me. And I thought to myself, wow, our two checkout experiences were so very, very different. Oh my gosh, I've got to stop because my dear is right there across the road. Let me show you guys. Oops. Right there. We seem to be having a lot of interruptions today. First the spider, and now my dear. I have to show you my dear because I'm always talking about her, and she's actually here. She's right across the street waiting for me to go and feed her. I guess she's not going to come over today. She seems to have taken off. Unfortunately, two young boys came riding down the street on their tricycles, and so she ran away. So it spooked her a little bit. Maybe she'll come back. If she does, I will definitely take some video for you. So anyway, back to the story. I felt like my shopping experience was very different compared to the lady next to me. I felt really ignored when I went into the store and kind of had to really look for help. This lady trying to push up a bra to me that was obviously used and really disgusting. And then my checkout experience. And, you know, I don't blame this in any way on the Kardashians at all. A couple of weeks ago, I was actually at an event in El Paso, Texas, and I actually met Khloe Kardashian, and she was so sweet to me. Didn't know me from Adam. I went up and had a conversation with her, and she spoke to me like she was my best girlfriend. She was so sweet, and like I said before, I'd seen her on television and I thought she was stunning. A beautiful young woman. In person, even more so. Really nice personality, absolutely gorgeous, just statuesque in this incredible leopard print coat she was wearing. She was just graceful and just really beautiful. And I know that by no means is this a reflection on the Kardashians at all, but it is their store. And I would be really upset if I was knowing that this is how people were representing their product and their particular store. That being said, I'm more likely to wait to see if I can get it online after the experience I had in the store. And to me, that's really sad because this was a place that I was really excited to go to. And honestly, it really turned me off going into their store. When you're representing a family at that stature and with that much influence, you need to represent them correctly, or don't work in their stores at all, because they clearly have no issue with skin color. So neither should you. And I really felt that that was part of the issue. So I wanted to share that story with you, but I did get some cute things. So I wanted to show you, this was the color that I ended up buying. But I really did want this color, rich chocolate brown color. And I got these three pairs of, actually I wanted to go third bra, so I got these three petites to match. And I'm happy with my purchase, but definitely not happy with my experience. That being said, I will catch up with you again next week and see you soon. Happy shopping, people. Back to the laundry.